What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bells we get going. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you because you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. What a smash the early session of games was. Well, minus Trae Young. Found my way onto his player props and just his points prop, and that was a disaster. But Paulo Banchero, big stand, 26.5 points plus rebounds plus assists from the video yesterday. Also bet the over on his 1.5 threes. He got that one with ease in less than 3 quarters. That was lovely. Lots of good stuff from the early window. Oh, and Milwaukee won by infinity points. Put up 150 spot on Detroit. Oopsie. Oops. There were some people saying, don't do that in the comment section below. I did it, and it felt great. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. No more Taylor Swift. Look what you made me do. But head to that comment section below. Let me know who you hate on my card from later today. Looking forward to that one. But bet $5, win $200 over at DraftKings.com. That's been going here for a while now. I know a lot of you have signed up at DraftKings, and don't worry, we have other promotions that are constantly coming in and out of the rotation here. Just trying to give you the best ones available, and this one is pretty damn good. Bet 5, win $200 in bonus bets as soon as you have a bet that settles. So don't bet a futures for, I don't know, somebody to win the World Cup in, what year would it be? 2026. That'll be lovely. I've said lovely a lot here to start off the show. Oh, and if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Alrighty, y'all. 7 games on Monday. We have a 7-gamer again on Tuesday. Looking forward to it. Let's get to the picks. Let's get it started. Started with Bulls and Pacers. Bulls on the second leg of a back-to-back. But most everyone's been playing in these spots for Billy Donovan's Bulls. And the odds makers have a line out. While that game is in progress right now versus the Hawks, it's at halftime. Shows confidence that they're probably going to be playing here again. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to have a line out, and it looks pretty efficient to me, as if the Bulls' main three in Vooch, DeRozan, and LaVine all will have the ability to suit up. And by the way, LaVine point prop from today, 26.5, didn't make the card at the end of the day for me. It's a sad time. As we go, we remember. You know what I'm talking about. Vitamin C, you 90s kids. You know what's up. Well, I mean, I graduated high school in 2006. We're not going to talk about that anymore. We're going to talk about the voluntary shout out that I have to have for LaVine. That increase from 25.5 to 26.5 was just enough to keep it out of consideration for me, but we'll see where it drops tomorrow morning. Lots to be determined on the Bulls side. As for the Pacers, interesting development. TJ McConnell was inserted into the starting lineup for the first time with Tyrese Halliburton on the shelf, Andrew Nembhard questionable, and we could be having ourselves a blast here with McConnell props, pending what the numbers are. I mean, the man just played 39 minutes against the Suns, put up a triple-double. What a time to be alive. TJ McConnell might be good. I didn't see that coming. Does he repeat that kind of magic in this one? Very doubtful, but the Bulls on a back-to-back, Pacers at home. I'm going to just lean the Pacers side, getting the 1.5. Miles Turner, almost everybody else healthy outside of the most important guy, Tyrese Halliburton, but the number reflects that. And although getting Nembhard in would be nifty if you decide to actually pull the trigger, I don't really think it matters all that much. Plus, not out of the realm to think that the Bulls rest somebody out of the middle of nowhere from the clouds on a back-to-back. I'm just not confident enough in it to make it a play. Hence a meager lean to kick off our day. Indiana plus 1.5. Boston on the second leg of a back-to-back. Head to Miami next. They're going to Miami. And there's no line out here yet, and I'm guessing there won't be for a hot second as Jason Tatum took a shot to the ribs against the Magic. Didn't look great. I mean, he just kind of grabbed his ribs after making a three. It was kind of a random thing, but came back in down the stretch, closed out the game not well. They lost to the Magic. It's almost like somebody said, if you were to do anything, bet Orlando. I didn't actually bet Orlando, so I can't brag about that. Not sure though, because we'll see what happens with the rest situation. Joe Mazzulla, he likes to rest one of Tatum or Brown on these back-to-back situations or stagger them. They both played today. They lost to the Magic for a third straight time. Up is down, left is right, sideways is still sideways. I don't know how that works in the analogy department, but we'll cross this bridge when we come to it. I think in Miami, they're probably going to get somebody back. Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, Robert Williams, at least one of the three, I would think. I know Malcolm Brogdon was out for a personal reason. We'll see if he can just return to the rotation. Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, injury issues. Marcus Smart with the ankle, Robert Williams, knee management continuing to be a thing. We'll pay close attention here. They could also be sitting somebody randomly. I'm guessing Al Horford for sure. But with the Heat, yeah, we talked about all the laundry list of possibilities there for the Celtics with the Heat. They're fully healthy for the first time in what seems like an eternity, but we know their uncanny ability to play to their competition's level. It's a really good competitor on the other side. Plus, they're 17th in adjusted net rating with a neutral strength of schedule, but I expect positive regression, and they haven't been close to that Eastern Conference Finals form of last year's PJ Tucker. I mean, he's too old and not really playing great minutes for the Sixers, but he was great last year for him. Missing piece, they need to find some wing at the deadline. Every team needs to find a wing at the deadline, but in this rematch of that very same Eastern Conference Finals, they carry far less unknowns than the other side of the ball, so it's not hard to at least lean in that direction, especially because injury news could break that way. Need to see a number, need to see a line. Those are kind of important when you're betting on things, but NA, Miami, we move on. Kind of a fun one up next. We've gone lean, and then we had another lean. I have a bet for you, so let's party. The 29-19 Cavs going to MSG to face the 25-23 Knicks. Yes, the Knicks on a little bit of a skid of late, losing 4 straight, but 2 of those against Toronto. This will be another one of those heavyweight fights. They need to find ways to start winning if they want to be considered actual contenders in the East. Given, I think they're at least 2 pieces away from such a thing as well. And offensively, they can up the variance with Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle, who have become consistent producers, at least on that end of the floor. But defensively, they're not good. And Mitchell Robinson is out, who's very good. They're clearly going to struggle on that end in the foreseeable future, especially against, the Cavs with an absurd front court duo in Evan Mobley and Jared Allen that make life a living hell on that interior. They're second in adjusted defensive rating. They get Donovan Mitchell back for this one. They're only 3.5-point favorites. Lots of things lining up to back the Cavs here. I had this around a 5-point spread, assuming Mitchell plays, which shows that he's supposed to, and that puts that into the small, light category. Nothing fancy. Doesn't even have to be your standard full unit. At least get a half in there. We carry along with our merry little day here. Cleveland, -3.5, our first official play. Why don't you put that official play into play over at DraftKings Sportsbook right now? Sign up in the comment section below. Bet $5. You simply sign up. It takes you all of 60 seconds. That's 1 minute. Look at me doing all the heavy math for you guys. You bet $5 or more on anything. Just put $5 on that -3.5 Cleveland, and who cares if they win or lose at that point? You're going to win $200 in bonus bets immediately. So place a $5 wager on any market, like Cleveland -3.5, like I just said, and get yourself $200 in bonus bets to utilize. We've got a massive NFL weekend ahead of us. Plus, you wouldn't want to disappoint that smiley, lovely little human being there, huh? Stubble kind of looks a little weird in that photo. It's not my best angle either. If I need to retake photos, the only way possible is that I keep this video going, that you guys support me. And one way to support me is just signing up at DraftKings in the comment section below. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over, please play responsibly. All right, back to the picks. Nuggets and Pelicans are next, and I don't even know how to start with this game. Let's start with, the Pelicans team. Zion's out again, pretty clear cut. Brandon Ingram's doubtful. That's an upgrade for him, but he's probably not going to play basketball. That's what doubtful means. And Najee Marshall's questionable. Nothing drastically different than we've seen from them of late, and I don't consider Marshall a significant piece for them, even despite his massive workload of late. McCollum props, though. Hey, CJ McCollum, kind of a thing of the past, though, for me now. The book's caught up. They're inflated. They know the other guys are out. It's not a mystery to them. And Jonas Valanciunas is a nightmare to project minutes for. Just a gross spot for their props unless Ingram miraculously gets ruled in and we can short all the Pelicans in time. But the Nuggets side here. Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., Bones Highland, all 3 questionable. Not ideal, because Joker is the best player on the planet. Michael Porter Jr. shoots the ball a lot. Bones Highland does the same thing, but for 20 minutes. The Jokic thing is all I care about. Don't expect a line here for quite some time, as he is quite literally capable of moving this line as considerable favorites for Denver if he's in, and considerable favorites for New Orleans if he's out. That information should surprise absolutely no one who watches the game of basketball. So, for the first time in the history of this television program, this YouTube program, whatever you want to call this program, I'm leaning towards nothing here. Yeah, you heard me. It's my show. I'm going to do what I want to. I'll take whatever side the Jokic news benefits more, which will quite possibly be right before tip-off. I don't know when it's going to come. I'm not a mind reader or anything. I can't predict the future, although I try to predict the future. It's kind of the point of these. Nothing. Lean to nothing. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? And to our only lock of the day we go, the Washington Wizards heading to Dallas. 7-point favorites on the Dallas side. We've got a 225.5 total, lower than a lot of people's standards. Sounds like high school, right? Anyway, Luka Doncic back in our lives. Christian Wood could continue to be out on the Dallas side. Maxi Kleber continuing to be out. We haven't seen him forever either. And on the Washington side, hey, Kristaps Porzingis going to be out? And we're only having to lay 7 on the Dallas side. I'm just going to throw this out there. Christian Wood, really good offensively. But Kristaps Porzingis can do a little bit of everything. That's why they call him the unicorn. He's majestic. He's lovely. He's prancing out there with his 7'6" frame, doing things, knocking down shots. Can block at the rim, do other things like that. Christian Wood could not guard you, could not guard me. So his presence, well, it's just going to be a lot of Luka out there on the perimeter by himself, creating for himself, and he can do that at a pretty good clip, fam. He's awfully nifty. Now, I have to lock something because I want to give you guys a lock. This is my favorite play on the board, but I want to put this caveat in. This is not even a 2-unit type slam dunk, 1.5 unit thing. This is just an advanced like that falls into the lock category. I just want to explain that to you because I'm not jamming this. I'm not saying, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. But out of the 7 games, this is the best bet on the board that exists right now. That can always change. That's why you want to check out the premium Discord. First week is free. Check out EL Insider. You want to check NBA Bet Pro. That's also in the comment section below to see the best props from this game that exist on every single book in the entire industry. But as it stands right now, this is a lock purely by default. Yeah, you heard me. Purely by default. A little bit more in it. Nothing crazy. I just see Luka going out and torching until Bradley Beal can start to play more minutes for this basketball team. 29, 28 in his return. That's actually more than I was anticipating right out of the gate. No, Kristaps Porzingis is a gigantic deal. We'll lock it. We don't completely lock it. If that makes any sense, what I just said. And we continue on our merry way, rounding out the day. 2 more games to go. Hornets on a back-to-back here facing the Suns in Phoenix, and this NA crap. I hate it. But I have to break down as much as I possibly can for you. So here you go. Chris Paul played outrageous his first game back. And I told you, oh, I don't value him all that much. Oh, whatever. He played 38 minutes against Memphis. What? What are we doing here? 38 minutes his first game back in over 2 weeks. I did not expect that from the point guard, but Memphis, they held them off 112-110. They were up by infinity in the first half, let them come back into it. But just wanted to point out that I don't even understand those minutes allotments. Now, Charlotte, we saw LaMelo Ball sit on Monday. I didn't necessarily expect that. I figured on one end of the back-to-back he would sit, but this feels like a spot where without DeAndre Ayton, maybe they just felt like this was an easier game than the Utah one. Save LaMelo, give him one more day of rest, and then fire him up here. But still, I have to lean to the Phoenix side. Even without Ayton, even without Booker, even without a lot of their core pieces, they're starting to get healthier. Chris Paul showing up. He matters. Mikal Bridges has been there the whole time. Cameron Johnson back in the fray now. He's had 2 games back on his radar at the exact same time. Like, I feel pretty good about Phoenix here, but lots to be determined what this line is. If Ball plays, lots of missing pieces today. And thank God, at least we can round out our day with a good, clean game. We've got, well, it's going to be a battle. The Battle of LA, that is the Clippers, the Lakers. 3.5 point spread here. Clippers favored on the road. With Sharks freaking laser beams attached to their heads. Now, my cycloptic colleague over here. No, we're not going to do Dr. Evil. We're going to talk a little bit about LeBron James. He's going towards that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scoring record, less than 300 points away. I'm going to be paying close attention to LeBron James props, especially in the points department, and especially, I think, that's not going overlooked by books by any means. We're going to see some massively inflated lines, unless Anthony Davis can show up at some point in time, but he's officially listed as questionable here. I think we can understand by now that he's more than likely to play in this basketball game. And the Clippers, they've had a lot of games that have gone under when they've been at home. This is basically still, I mean, the only difference is that 95% of the people are going to be wearing Lakers jerseys at this game, as opposed to if they were playing the Clippers, 94% of people would be wearing Lakers jerseys if they were facing the Clippers on their floor. So, that's just kind of how LA works. I know, it's just what it is. But I do like the over in this one. And this is kind of our last play of the night. And the pace really makes sense for me. Lakers, second in terms of pace. Thomas Bryant played a little bit more, though. He's seen some random minutes here and there. Either way, they could go smaller. They've played LeBron James at the 5 here. If they take Zubats off the floor, go to that Morris, that Morris or Robert Covington or Nicholas Batum at the 5 type lineup, wouldn't surprise me in this kind of a game. I think it's going to be moving. This line is going to move north of 232. I can pretty much guarantee it, unless LeBron James gets ruled out, in which case the Lakers won't score the basketball. But that questionable tag, we've seen this so many times already this year. He hasn't been ruled out yet in a spot that's burned us. Think it continues. I like the over of 232. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Head to that comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist on the board for tomorrow's slate. I'm always looking at those, always checking in on you guys, making sure that if there's anything that I've missed, you guys have put me on Sabonis, which has been just a lifesaver. We'll see if that ends up panning out. That game hasn't tipped off, doesn't tip off for another 29 minutes. And hey, just got news John Morant got ruled out. That seems important. Wish I had the Kings. But either way, you guys can bet at DraftKings right now. $5 wins you $200 in bonus bets. If you have a gambling problem, there we are. Call 1-800-GAMBLER, please, because we are all about responsible betting here on this program. And in that vein, going to continue dishing out those betting cards, trying to get you guys the best plays every single day. You can sign up for that Discord. First week free, promo code EL Insider. Check it out. All right, y'all. I'll be back Wednesday. Looking forward to that slate, but this Tuesday one looks a little frail at the moment. Hoping I can find some more that I'm interested in. Until Wednesday, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Tuesday.